relationships, confusing, crazy, and we're talking about intimate relationships, what you do with loved ones, how we get jealous, how we get angry, and how we lose our minds as men. This is a question that was actually asked on David Tien's group. Great coach, great guy. He has a Facebook group, the Man Up Facebook group, and it's awesome. You should be a part of it. But it was asked, and I'm paraphrasing it, but we got into a discussion that is very important because men are not doing this in their relationships, and they're walking into them blind, and they're being stupid about them, and they're making all sorts of problems, and I've done them. Like I always say, I am having conversations with my past self in this podcast many times, but more importantly, this is recorded live on our Sunday call on June 4th, 2017. And the cool thing about our Sunday call is that a bunch of guys get together, and it's probably like 50 to 60 dudes throughout a period of 10 hours, 15 hours, where we just talk, and it runs and runs and runs. There's no set schedule. I'm on for the first 2 hours, and then Terrence comes on, and Adam Goodson comes on, and Doc comes on, and Gary comes on, and there's like this genius mix of seasoned coaches and men talking about development, and we hold each other accountable to our best selves. All right? We're going to get into this. All right? We're going to get into this because when you don't do that, you get confused, you make reactions, you don't have choices, and all of a sudden you think your expression, because you have this trail and history of life, of choices and basically what I'm calling reactions in your life, and you think that's your expression. You think it's your expression to run or react in fear or falsely front as a man and so on, and relationships get fucking crazy. So anyway, this is our podcast for the day. Hope you enjoy it. Click the free stuff link down below. That will get you in our free groups, the Austin Men's Development Group, which is badass. You should be on it, and you should be active on it, not just sitting there on the sidelines, but post something. You're going to get some good shit. Now, it's a free group, and there's a paid group that's beyond that, our MD Excellence group, and we're actually adding a lot to that. These are where the calls are. Wednesday, we have a call. Friday, we have a call, and we're also going to be adding this month of June a call on accountability and our sex and relationships call. So there's actually 4 calls that you get for a small membership fee a month. It's crazy. At the time that we're doing this, it's $55 a month. You can pay $500 for the year, and you get a lot. You get full service coaching, tons of content, and just amazing stuff, and a part of a good thing. I'm eventually going to cap that group and raise the price and so on, but it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So that can be all found in the free stuff link down below, where you can get free PDFs that we put out, and watch the video for this if you're listening on iTunes or Stitcher. Man, anyway, I appreciate you guys. I do. Any case, here was the question that was written, and I'm paraphrasing it, but we've all gone through this as men. I've done it. You've probably done it if you've been in a relationship, and there's no counts against you if you've fallen in this trap, because we all make dumb decisions because there isn't an outlet for masculinity to talk. But basically, this dude found some pictures of his current girlfriend with his ex. And there were some suspicions because she kept it in a special place, and they have a history together. I think they had a kid together and so on. And I don't want to get into the specifics of this because this happens all the time. Some shit comes up, you have your girlfriend's phone, a text message comes up, and it's from some dude that she's been in a relationship with, or a dude that you kind of suspect of something or whatever, and you react, man. And why wouldn't you? Why? She's your woman. You want her to be your woman. And we hear all this stuff in pickup and in men's development, like you got to hold the frame or be alpha, or you can communicate this stuff out, which you can, and relationships are about that. But we're hearing it from concept, or we're hearing it from boys, we're hearing it from a bunch of motherfuckers who have not had real relationships and really been in the cooker with this. This is the difference between what happens in our Austin Men's Development Group and our MD Excellence Group, because there are some guys who have really lived life and they're honest about it, right? There's not a front. There's not something where they're worried about how they're going to come across. They talk about it. They said, man, in my marriage, when I was married, or if they're currently married, there are times where I was not the best man and I reacted poorly, and these things happen, and da-da-da. In any case, look, what I said to this guy was, look, all you need to care about, let me give you the concept first. I'm going to give specifics of what I think in your situation. But the concept is number one, there's your vision as a man, and you have to have your vision as a man, and that is what is going to guide you in this situation. It sounds like you're reacting or looking for an answer or being suspicious, and I just know when I'm being my best self, a lot of times I get sidetracked and some shit comes up. I might get jealous, I might get angry, I might get territorial, and I might get stupid about this stuff, even when my best self is in activation. But my best self doesn't act on those things. The side of me that does is usually my insecurity and the sides of me that has doubt and that thinks that something might be wrong, and things could be wrong. But man, this is the shit I hate about a lot of men's development. Whether it's on the pickup side or on this like men's rights extremist side, there's so much fear based about it. Oh my God, you don't want to have kids. You don't want to relate, like women are going to use you. No, man. If you live in fear, you're going to attract fear, right? And if you live life, yes, you're going to get fucked. You're going to have problems. You're going to hit walls. You're going to have some people screw you over. But you need to learn to truly man up and move beyond that. In any case, that's a part of your vision. That's the concept. Live your vision. Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is? What you want to be? Who you want to be? Do you think about that? And do you work towards it? Or is it just something that you compartmentalized away or wrote it down once because an exercise told you to, or you watched some motivational speaker think about it? But do you live it every day? Because that's the hard thing. Number 2 is that this all comes down to your truth. This all comes down to what's true. You want to be with this girl or not? Are you living the life that you want or not? Can you handle it? Is this something that you want to handle? Is this something that you want to be a part of? Is this something where it's like, 18 out of 20 things in your relationship are going good, but now you're ignoring those other 2 that aren't. And you're trying to overshadow them. And what I said here is there's nothing perfect about my relationship. But I don't react on shit. Or when I do, I make it a choice. And the third thing is you need to be around a community. And not just a community where you bitch online, share opinions, get to gossip, don't show your full self, but just show a good side of you or a bad side of you or the hateful side or whatever, or some shit talking online forum, because there's a goddamn enough of those. You need to be with a group of men that holds you accountable, that has your true best interest in mind, that gets to know you, one where you can't lie, you can't front, and man, not just that they want to hold you accountable to that ideal that you are and to the truth that you live. Now, those are the concepts, right? And that's great. So how do you keep your vision, your truth, your community in check? How do you activate those things? Well, look, man, if I get jealous or I find out my chick's doing something, which this shit happens, first thing I do, man, I shut the fuck up. All right. If I start reacting, I get overly emotional, I get overly angry, I get obsessive, I stop. Man, I want to act. I want to open my mouth. I don't want to hold my tongue. I don't want to hold my pen. I want to start writing some shit. And so what do? I turn to my group and I say, hey guys, what's up? And man, that's the thing that I hate, man. Most coaches are like, they can't show their real selves. And then, you end up seeing them at some convention or something. And like, hey Steve, I broke up with my girlfriend and I was having some sexual issues. Man, all these people hire you for this shit and you never found a person to bounce this off of? Man, I bounce shit off of everybody. I don't care. God, man. Because, the thing is if I think telling my truth of what I fucking feel is my weakness, I am a lie to the goddamn world. And if I want to gain strength, if I want to gain confidence, I'd be able to put it out there. My 2 feet are my 2 feet. What's inside here, what gives me worth, isn't better than you. It's how I use it. In any case, that being said, I go online and say, hey man, this is what's happening. What's up? Immediately, on our Facebook groups or on the forums, I get replies. Hey man, you should do this and that. Fuck this, blah, 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 blah. Man, you should probably say this. You should lay it online. You should front, da, 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 da. And then I get on the calls. And you know what happens is I cool down. Anytime I'm overly emotional or reactive, what keeps me away from my vision are those reactions. And so one thing that I do is you can always wait an hour. Unless it's a true emergency, you can always wait an hour. And in that hour, you call up your friends. In that hour, you post on your forums where people give a fuck about you. And you ask for advice. And if you don't know, you take that advice. And guess what? Sometimes it isn't an hour. A lot of times it's a day. A lot of times it might be a couple weeks. And you know what comes of this? Usually when I'm reactive, because like I said, relationships aren't perfect. But if you care about them, you care about them. Man, God damn it. Sometimes I don't even bring it up. Sometimes I need to understand. Sometimes I need to eat it. And this gets into some dialogue because that doesn't mean that if somebody steps on my toes, I let them walk. It means that I need to be wise as a man. How is this going to affect my relationship? Is it going to cause harm to other people? Is it going to cause more chaos? Is it a part of my own insecurity? Maybe I should solve that first. Maybe I should wait. Maybe we should wait for a mediator to talk to us or a counselor or whatever, or a mutual friend. But what's it going to do? And is this little voice in my head chirping to fuck me up and to fuck me again and keep me where I'm at, out of my vision of what I am as a man? Now let's get into the truth, and these things all kind of come into play. Maybe I shouldn't be in this relationship. Maybe this isn't what I want. Is this what I signed up for? Am I doing it for somebody else? Am I doing it for image? Am I doing what is supposed to be? We all have to fake it if we don't know. But man, it's okay. If you didn't sign up for this, or if you did sign up for this, but you can't handle it, you can walk. And that may suck, but you can walk. And I'll tell you this, when guys talk about this shit and they talk about their masculinity and being tough, and this is a complex issue, you need to get in a group, people. You need to get in a motherfucking group. You need to get with people that have lived life and that can give you some fucking wisdom so that you can find your wisdom, so that you don't react and you make choices. But if you think love and commitment, if that's what you're in, and that's what I'm in, can be so petty that I can get rid of it because my ego was insulted, or because I don't understand something, or I don't have compassion about a previous relationship, or even if I don't understand that my wife might be feeling a little uneasy about stuff or being neglected, or that she's reacting or rebelling. If I can't do that and I react towards it and think that's a reason for me to make things worse, or maybe insult her, or maybe break up with her, then that's not love. That is not love. You don't know it yet. You don't deserve it yet. You had it, or you had the feeling of it, but that's not what love is. What love and commitment is deeper. And that means we all change. You know, it's so funny because men look for this thing where they can have complete control over women, so much to the point where you justify it. And people like it. I mean, guys like it too. You know, that's why we all go to jobs, right? That's why we all have structures. That's why I have a schedule where I have scheduled calls that I hold, right? You know, I don't have a boss. Actually, I got about 140 bosses who are a part of our different membership and tier groups, but man, I make my own schedule, but I still keep a schedule. I still move to this structure. But we come up with this thing where like women need this, or they're weaker, or they can't think about it, or whatever, and all this sort of bullshit. And the crazy thing about it is, I gotta start something on here, but the crazy thing about all of this is multitasking, is that, like I said, man, we're live on a call. But like I said, that's my way of getting back on track. Shit. Anyway, but like I said, is that when we are somebody, right, that is in a situation and we can't handle it, we need to start being honest with ourselves with what we can handle and what we can't. This is our truth. This is where we're at. So for the gentleman that wrote this, or the different people that are in these types of modes where they're confused about things, where it's something that doesn't make full sense to where they're at in their life, man, let me tell you something. Jesus Christ, you need to be man enough to get out of that. You need to be somebody who can live in your truth and what that is, man. That is fundamentally important to you. And if you run from that, you'll be living a lie. Like I said, man, I got to be honest about my life with my people. Now, I might not share that with everybody because I don't know intimately a lot of guys in my groups, but having run an online men's group since 2009 with guys that are still on it from then, I got some pretty close guys, man. They've seen me through falling in love, going through breakups, going through different addiction things, going through losing my kids, going through, man, big decisions that they held my hand through. And we have and same with them, man. We've gotten to know each other in big ways, which brings me to the next thing is community. You got to be a part of it. If you're not a part of it, life is complex, man. We live in a crazy fucking world. And in that crazy world, you're going to be hit with stuff with your job, with your money, with your self-worth, with your dating life, with sex, with confusion, with relationships, with sexual dysfunctions, delusions. You're going to be hit with things where you finally hit success, where you hit moments of failure, and you're not going to know how to handle it. You got to be a part of a group that knows your vision, that knows your truth, and that holds you accountable to it, that holds you truly accountable to your best self. And I don't see enough of that. I see a lot of guys talking shit. I see a lot of guys gossiping. I see a lot of guys being a part of something that doesn't hit it all, that doesn't look for it. I was talking to a buddy about some jiu-jitsu stuff, and he's like, man, that's all you need to do. And I get it. Jiu-jitsu is a pretty complete art or system or whatever, and you get into all these life philosophies. But I see a lot of guys who replace their fucking masculinity, or think because they're deficient in how they are with women or how they feel about themselves, they just hit the mats, but they don't take part, don't take care of their professional life, their image, who they are. They don't take care of their relationships. They don't take care of communicating with other people and sharing that with the world. right? And I believe you can. It's a complete system where you can find metaphors for all that in that. But they don't do it. You know, we need to be a part, as men, of something. You don't need to join my group, but hey, doors open for you. You can sniff around, but I'd say engage a little bit more. You need to be a part of something, because if you're not, so much shit hits you in the face and you don't know what to do. There's wisdom and masculinity in there. There are guys that are in this world that have lived through what you've lived through. Hard, man, harder, 10 times worse. Your biggest problem they've had 10 times over and over again, and they have solved it to be a better person. And a lot of guys haven't. You know, as one of the guys said on the call, man, I know guys who have 10 kids and that are awesome men, and they're with different moms and so on, and that are good dads that know how to do it. But I know a lot more guys who have a lot of kids, you know, 5, 6, 4, that are shitty dads, that don't put in the work for it. Who are you going to be with what life gives you? Who are you going to work for? And who's going to have your back sharing how to get over those things when you need it? Because that's a pretty fucking important thing. In any case, happy Sunday. I got to get back to this call. I'm sorry about this. It's June 4th. There's a lot to say about this, man. But how do you live your vision? How do you expect to get by without a community? And man, are you looking at your truth? Have a good day. Hit the free links down below. Subscribe to the podcast, all the good stuff. Leave your comments on the Facebook. And if you want to watch the videos, definitely click the free stuff link down below, and it will take you to a page where it has the video, it has the PDF, it has links to the Austin Men's Development Group, the MD Excellence Group, and anything you'd like. Be a part of it, man. Stop fucking up. Stop fucking around. Live a good life.